we've got doubleheader action today on Schmoedown. We've got one IG match, one team match, and two big matches that will have very big high stakes as we head to the home stretch at the end of the season. But what's going to happen? Well, let's find out now on JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. And welcome back. Okay, so let's start off with the first match that's on this this docket, this Schmoedown doubleheader docket. Innergeekdom matchup. Brandon the Hitman Hanna, Ben Fakeman, as I have liked to call him, that surprisingly actually got a little bit of repetition from other people. I was not expecting that to happen. So yay me. I'll take a little bit of dap for that. So Ben Fakeman, Hitman, whatever he wishes to be called, is taking on Emily Jacobson, who the first time we saw her, even though in victory, was not really a victory that could be celebrated a whole lot, for it was not one of the best showings we've ever seen in Schmoedown, to say the least. Getting a victory over Winston Marshall in I believe it was an 8-point TKO win. Yeah, we don't see many of those unless it's a Tom Dagnino match. No offense, Tom, but just got to state the facts. Yeah, hopefully Emily has done her homework and done some research. Otherwise, I fear this opening match can get a little bit ugly. Then we come to the main event. We've got the Scream Queens that are coming off a little bit of a funk. They've just not been able to get things going this season. I don't think they've won a match so far this year. They started out 2-0, but then have suffered back-to-back losses at the hands of the Odd Couple and shoot, who did they lose to after that? I'm actually blanking on who they lost after that. I can't even remember. I'll have to go back and look at the tape. But yeah, needless to say, they haven't been able to get back on the winning end of lately. Now they're taking on the highly anticipated debut of SHAZAM, as people would like to call. Probably the 6th most popular DC name they could come up with. I mean, the Dynamic Duo. Come on, there's plenty more great DC names out there you can name for teams, but they decided to go with SHAZAM because it's I guess because it's a kid that transforms into a beast, and I guess that's what they went with. So yeah, once again, it's a shame that the Scream Queens are kind of put in a tough spot here. Probably a match that many people are believing that they're probably going to have their hands full with. And unfortunately, I'm kind of on the same boat there. I would be very shocked if the Scream Queens came out on top in this match, simply because Brandon Meyer, in the limited times that we have seen him, free-for-all and singles matches alike, he has shown that he is very, very knowledgeable, and William Bibbiani is William Bibbiani. So, yeah, it just seems like it's a no-win situation here for the Scream Queens. But maybe they will look at this match as just an opportunity where they got nothing to lose. You know, people are probably expecting that they are serious underdogs, and so they'll just go in and play loose and just come in with no fear. So both of these matches are very interesting. We have two matches where, I guess in a way, the fan base is probably heavily leaning towards one side or the other. So we will see if the underdogs will be able to put up a valiant effort. But ultimately, I guess it's no more time to talk about the preview, because nobody listens to JTH for that. They just like to see JTH get questions wrong. And Well, fear not, you will not be disappointed at JTH getting questions wrong, because I'm very knowledgeable in what I know, which is nothing. So let's do this in 3, 2, and 1. Oh, different intro. Okay. Oh, okay. Hello, Mark. Hello, Danielle. Apparently, they've had audio issues on here. So we've got no audio on this one. If they update it, I will put that version in the video. So you'll probably watch this beginning acting like I'm an idiot. So just like every other JTH reacts. See? Told everybody that I make fun of myself a lot. It's going to be interesting, not hearing audio. You don't get this very often. Raw. Feel like Gordon Ramsay. It's raw.
So sought after with the new Schmoedown competitors saying, you know what, I love a Harry Potter movie or I love a Lord of the Rings movie. I want in on the Innergeekdom division, and now we're starting to see some of that cream rise to the top.
Oh, the Innergeekdom division has been growing like crazy. Both of these competitors are 1-1 or 1-0.
They're 1-0. No losses yet.
And they are new. They are trying their
We'll wait. We'll wait about 30 minutes. That will probably change.
Amazing, and it's really great to watch.
That's right. Like we said, neither competitor has experienced a loss yet in the world of Innergeekdom. Somebody's walking out of a 2-0 record. Somebody else is going to get thrown into the volcano in Mordor. No, not really. That's from one of the movies that they're going to probably know a lot more about than you or I. Let's talk about our competitors.
It could be worse. They could be demoted to the Orioles.
Well, he did nothing short of win a.
What are they now? 39-80. 39-81. Oh dear.
Who's another hot competitor in the Schmoedown. Now, actually, he
Mr. Floss, man.
In the winner, that is going to play the winner of this. But Brandon Hanna going into a fatal four-way, coming out of that on top. Danielle, what does that do to a competitor where you beat not just one opponent, but 3 opponents?
They feel great. Back to you, Mark.
I would feel about it. You beat 4 people to get to 1 spot. Ooh, I would feel very confident.
And seeing Brandon Hanna walk around the studio here before the shoot, he looks nothing short of, I'm going to say it, I'm going to say the word cocky.
Oh no. A hitman, cocky? Who'd have thunk that?
But he's not the only one in this competition who is also very talented.
No, you got Emily Rose Jacobson, and Emily Rose has been is such a breath of fresh air here in the Innergeekdom division. She took on Winston Marshall and defeated him. Winston knows a lot. He's a very funny performer as well. He could not stand up to the test of Jacobson, so now she comes in. She is listed as the underdog here today, but what is she going to have to do to pull the upset against Brandon Hanna?
I mean, I think that the key here is to not be shaken. Don't let him shake you. Come in, be confident in your knowledge, know what you're doing, because I feel very solidly like he's going to try to trip her up and make her feel like she isn't as good as she is. So you just have to know who you are in yourself.
If Brandon
we got a ticker. Boop, boop, boop.
We will have
well said, Danielle.
Let's take a look at
Thanks, ticker. Couldn't have said better myself.
Competitors are talking about.
Almost didn't get that ticker in time. Wonder what the music's going to be. As I adjust my non-existent tie.
I am back. I had an excellent match versus Winston, and you know what? At first I was here for fun, but now I'm kind of craving that belt a little bit.
You're not done with Innergeekdom.
Indeed. I am not finished here. I'm going to keep on climbing my way towards the top.
Gonna keep on keeping on, keeping on, keeping on.
With a win in a 4-way qualifier that was certainly a barn burner.
Greetings, movie trivia Schmoedown fans. Yes, it is I,
Oh,
Brandon.
got the glove. Must be afraid of germs or something.
Rose Jacobson. Listen, she seems like a lovely person, But the bottom line is, her name has ended up on my hit list, and we all know what happens to names that end up on my hit list.
And now we have Brandon Hanna, possibly a new star in the league.
Listen, I've been an unknown my entire life.
That's
I
what
walk into a
happens.
room, I'm quiet. People don't suspect anything.
I'll blow your neck.
I'm listening. I'm paying attention. And now that I finally have my chance in the spotlight, I think I'm starting to make a pretty good name for myself.
He's Hitman dressed to the nines. He's got the gloves. He's got the suit. But does he have the mindset?
Getting in the ring for the first time will shake you, but it's all about staying through to the end, and I think that's what Emily did today.
I mean,
Never seen a hitman wear purple.
Should I win today? When I win today? Do I want to play Jared Haven or Chandru Dantapani again? I've already crossed Chandru's name off my list. Let's give me a new challenge. Bring on Jared. They don't call me the Hitman for nothing. I'll take them all out.
I'm here for a fun and fair game. But this is not a sprint. It's a marathon for Emily the Rose Jacobson. So I'm coming for you.
Emily, like I've said, you seem like a lovely person. But the bottom line is, like 3 others that have already come before you, you're in my way, and I'm gonna have to take you out.
You're next.
All right, well, Danielle, there you have it. I mean, our speculation has come true. Brandon feeling very cocky. I don't want to say he's overlooking Emily Rose Jacobson, but that could be a pitfall of his, is that you start looking ahead because you see what the legends of the Innergeekdom division have done, and you start getting delusions of grandeur. But you have to win, and you have to beat the opponent in front of you that day.
You gotta win. Win, 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 win. Oh, there, dang her. Win, 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 win.
You want to meet these legends of this division, but like you have to play every match at a time. Do not discount any of your opponents.
You better not do just that because they're each strong at a number of different subjects within the world of the Innergeekdom.
Unless you play me. Well, then you're home free.
He's very good at the MCU, and he even knows something about Marvel movies that no longer count for anything. And Emily Rose Jacobson, she is really storied in the history of both Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. That wheel is going to be a
She's a fan of
Lord
of the Rings.
Right now, we are just about ready to go. Danielle, are you feeling confident? Are you ready to rock?
Oh, I am ready.
Then it's time
The
for
movie Trivia Schmoedown. Yay!
I like that we joined in chorus there.
We harmonize.
It's a nice little unification there.
Unification. It's harmony. It's called harmony, Mark.
With a record of 1-0 with 1 knockout in the Innergeekdom division, she is Emily the Rose Jacobson.
Oh.
This is Spider-Gwen?
This is Spider-Gwen.
Walking out there. That's a confident look with Spider-Gwen. Are you a reader of the Spider-Gwen comic?
I am, and I'm very glad that she got her shine in the Spider-Verse. That made me really excited.
Did enjoy that movie. Maybe some questions about Spider-Verse come up here.
Maybe.
And her
Maybe.
opponent,
Maybe.
also with a record of 1-0 and 1 knockout in the Innergeekdom division, he is Brandon the Hitman Hanna. Oh, look at
Oh, he got a checklist. Got to make another checklist. Check, 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 check.
Competitor the same. I do not ever have biases or opinions, but those gloves are weirding me the F out, my
He's
friends.
got the gloves and he's got a clipboard that he just showed to the camera in the studio audience here today. It is the hit list. Now he may be
Yo, you made that laugh.
Jacobson's hand, and he's got the OJ gloves. They're OJ gloves. I'm sorry.
Ow, ow,
It's
ow.
either OJ gloves or like weird Korean mukbang gloves. I feel like he's about to pull apart a rib.
Either way, something dirty happened with those gloves, but he is here today, as is Emily Rose, so we will ask the competitors one at a time. Brandon, you started out as a lonely intern, just bringing briefcases to and fro, and now you find yourself with a 1-0 record, and you're about to face your toughest opponent yet. How you feeling?
Always ready to comply.
All right. Sounds very robotic, but we will take it.
Ready
as
to
human
comply.
He's a good
Yeah.
sub.
nature. Jacobson, Emily Rose, how you feeling today?
Feeling really good. About to have some fun.
All right, then.
Some
Let's
fun.
get ready to Schmoedown.
Yay! Where's the rules?
Here are the rules.
Thank
in round
you.
number 1. This is the Innergeekdom division, so the field of competitors will hear 10 questions in round numero uno.
This is the
These
Inner
questions each
Geekdom,
come
which
from a different
means
corner
I
of
get
the
more
Innergeekdom
questions
Schmoedown
asked
galaxy.
to get
Each question is
raw.
1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. As soon as we ask the question up here at the answer desk, you have 15
I'm going to play
seconds
dangerous
to
today.
write down
I'm going
your
to play
best
with my
attempt at an
whiteboard
answer on the whiteboard
upside
in front of you.
down.
As soon as we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show what you
I-
wrote down.
I'm so
as
screwed.
possible to
Who
your
can
camera.
play
Each
with an
time you
upside down
flex your
whiteboard?
answer into the microphone. Each competitor
Playing
also
very
has 3
dangerous
usages
today.
of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match.
That
You
will never not make me laugh.
work with that young man every day. He liked to ask for a lot of repeat questions, and that's
Oh,
what you may
Josh.
do with your JTE rule. If you didn't hear a question correctly, you want to buy yourself another 15 seconds.
Just
use the
testing my
JTE rule.
upside down
You also each
whiteboard.
have 1
I think
challenge to use
we
at
got it
any
right.
point throughout the 3-round
Yep,
match. And with
we've
that,
got it
we're
right.
gonna get into
Yep.
our first question here today, and that will be
Yep.
asked by Miss Danielle Radford at your ready.
All right, in the category of Star Trek,
Ah!
what is the subtitle of 1989's Star Trek 5?
The 5th Star Trek movie.
The bad one.
And so this one is the
My
5th
pen
one.
doesn't work.
Okay, her pen doesn't
pen
work, and that's an
doesn't
early advantage for
work.
Brandon Hanna. No, we'll don't take it.
It'll be good. I'll do it again. What is the subtitle of 1989's Star Trek 5?
Now that we have both pens.
The
on
bad one.
Both pens
I feel
don't
like I
work.
just
I
said
think
that.
That's only fair.
Maybe,
It's been
maybe,
tough to get both
maybe we
pens
went
on.
back in time,
It doesn't work
like in
when
Star
you
Trek
put your
4.
blood.
If the pen
5,
doesn't work, you must
4,
retwerk.
Star Trek,
2,
the final
That's a good
frontier.
sub
Do
rule.
do 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 do.
It is the final frontier. Does Emily have
The
it?
final frontier.
Yes, she
Yes,
does.
she
She even
does.
put the Roman numeral for 5.
But we didn't
Her
need
answer,
that.
And we're off and running here in this Innergeekdom match. Your next category comes from the world of DC movies. DC. Forget about the EU. These are DC movies. The question: who plays Alfred Pennyworth in the Christopher Nolan Batman films? Alfred Pennyworth.
He's worth a penny.
One of my favorite names of all time. I would say Batman feels he's worth a lot more than that.
Well, he should have been named
5,
different.
4,
True that.
Blame his parents.
2, 1.
Michael
Hands down,
Caine.
Go to Emily.
That is Michael Caine.
And does Brandon have a better impression than that?
Michael Caine.
Those are pretty good.
What
Michael
is your
Caine
impression? Give me one. Give it to
I'm
me.
sorry.
Come on.
I failed you.
That you would have a good impression of me on the Innergeekdom
I
Schmoedown.
failed you.
Michael Caine. We don't. No one has a good one. We tried. Question number 3 in the category of Middle Earth.
Middle Earth.
Middle Earth. What is Sam's last name in the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
I told you I was going to take that ring to Mordor. I think my Michael Caine's actually getting worse.
Yeah, I think it's just an English accent now.
It started out hot. No more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sam Baker.
Gamgee.
It is Gamgee.
Oh.
We have it.
Gamgee.
They even
Baker's a
spelled it
much
right.
better name.
Yeah,
Even
2 E's.
There's no J in there. The pronunciation will fool you. Your next category is from the world of the MCU. That stands for Marvel Cinematic Universe.
What you guys know?
Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's right. The comics make movies now.
Are
In
you
what
sure?
MCU film does Jeremy Renner's Clint Barton / Hawkeye first appear? The first appearance of Hawkeye.
You know, he sings now.
Have you listened to Jeremy Renner?
It's real. He has a great voice. That song is so dumb.
5,
It's really
4,
stupid.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Go to Emily.
The Avengers.
It is not the
Iron Man 2?
Avengers. Does Brandon have it?
It's Thor.
He
Oh.
has it,
Oh,
and
dear.
he takes the first lead in the match. It is 4-3.
I thought
and we'll keep in
him
mind
and
if
Black
Brandon
Widow
should
appeared in
continue
that
to get
movie
the next
together,
6 questions
but
right, he's going to
they
ask
were
a
too
bonus
early.
question for a perfect round just to him. We have a long way to go before we get there.
Okay, question number 5. In the world of Marvel, not the MCU, but Marvel, the first Ghost Rider film starring Nicolas Cage was released in what year?
All right, because I clearly won the Michael Caine impression
You
competition.
clearly
Can
did.
you do a Nicolas Cage impression?
That's it.
Was that him as Ghost Rider?
That's him as anyone. Not the bees, not the
4,
bees, no!
3,
2005?
1. Pens down, and we are going to go to Brandon.
Is it 2008?
That is incorrect. He was off by the year. Does
Oh.
anybody have it?
2003.
2007.
Eh,
Looking for 2007.
Oh, poor Ghost
I
Rider.
should have known.
That's right. 1 year.
I know the
back.
bad
Some
one,
hard
the
ones.
very, very bad one came out in
All right,
2010.
we move to the world of Harry Potter movies. Is your next question. Harry Potter films. And your question. Name the caretaker of Hogwarts who patrols hallways looking for misbehaving students with his cat. What a
Wow,
lonely...
that is very specific.
That's a lonely person. The hall monitor.
The
oh, there's a
caretaker.
Cat at home. We just need the last
wow,
name.
why
by the
are
way.
you reading me?
I-
Leave
I'm
me
not
alone.
saying you're the person.
No, you know, I am. I am the hall
5,
monitor with a cat.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are going to you first, Emily.
That's Filch, and his cat's name is Mrs. Norris.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Yep.
Wow. Uh-huh. Sure.
Brandon Hanna, did he have it?
It's Mr. Filch to you.
It is. It is Mr. Filch. We also would have accepted Danielle Radford for that answer.
oh.
Um,
I could have sworn it was
now,
Mo
so
from The
Emily's back on
Simpsons.
the answering train, 5-4. We have two really good competitors here.
I should have put my infamous answer from the Last Stand match.
No,
Could have sworn it was
7.
Ryan
In
Philippe.
the world of the DCEU, in
Those
Justice
films.
League, which hero does Diana try to locate in hopes of bringing them on to the team?
Yeah, we can accept either the hero's name or the person's name.
Mhm.
Who is
But they will not accept Ryan Philippe.
Either is acceptable.
your boyfriend's a stud, by the way.
I told you.
4, 3,
I attract hotties.
2,
Cyborg.
1. Pens down, going to Brandon.
Cyborg.
That is correct. Does Emily have it?
Cyborg.
She also has Cyborg. His name is Victor Stone. Victor Stone, and that sounds like a good running back. Go to the world of Star Wars. Star Wars. And your question is, in Rogue One, a Star Wars story, what is the name of the planet that the Empire is removing the Kyber crystals from? You know that Empire. They're always mucking up
Just like with
something.
their crystals, just like
Oh,
that crystal, this crystal,
God.
that crystal.
They're just so lovable, you know?
Oh, they love their
They
mess.
really are cuddly. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Titus
1.
2.
Heads down. We are going to Emily first. What do you got?
It's not right, Batu.
It is not Batu. Does Brandon have it?
It's Jeddah.
It is, in fact,
He
Jeddah.
does have it. That is true.
So he surges to a 2-point lead over Emily with 2 questions left here, Danielle.
Number 9 in the world of heroes and villains. Who plays Colonel Stars and Stripes in Kick-Ass 2?
A lot of people not on the Kick-Ass 2 train like the first Kick-Ass. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
I
Can
like
say that?
them. I thought that it was a good movie.
I'll take Kick-Ass 2 over Kingsman 2. 5, 4.
I'm not sure.
Kick-Ass 2
Is
Halle
it Jim
Berry,
Carrey?
who is now the new
Is that Jim Carrey's character?
We go to Emily.
Chuck Norris.
I was supposed to go to Brandon, so let's see if Brandon has it.
It's Jim Carrey.
Oh, it is Jim Carrey.
Keep not wanting to go to
Yay!
Brandon first, but he keeps
Yay!
going for
I
answers.
think it's the gloves. They're so reflective you can't see them.
That's right.
Blinded by the glow.
But that's not possible here today. So we go to your
Something,
last category
something,
in round
something
number
that
one.
rhymes
Brandon
with
Hanna has a
love.
3-point lead over Emily Rose Jacobson. It is 8-5. Both competitors displaying a wealth and a breadth of knowledge. Your last question is going to require that because it's in the category of mixed bag. Roll the music.
Dun, dun,
No.
dun.
In the Harry Potter films, what is Mr. Weasley's first name?
Ooh,
I don't know.
everyone real sad. You
That's-
okay with that?
Yeah, what happened?
Wrong movie series to ask a mixed bag
I
question
remember.
for.
That dude
5,
loves cars.
4, 3,
I'll just say Ron.
1. Pens down. We are going to Brandon. We'll go to you first on this one.
It's Arthur.
It is Arthur. Does Emily have it?
Robert.
She went Robert. That
Oh.
is incorrect. And so Brandon Hanna, 9 out of 10 possible points.
Very
in round
impressive.
number 1. That's a 4-point lead over Emily Rose Jacobson. Danielle, she started to fall off the tracks there a little bit towards the end, but Brandon rock solid. What do you make of round number 1?
You know, also, I get it. Most dudes are named Robert. If you're going to name a dude, he's going to be Robert.
You go
Or
Robert, you go
I get it.
Bob.
Michael,
Celebration thereof, and with
John,
that, we move on to round number 2. This is the wheel round. This is the wheel of fate, doom, and justice.
Chris.
If you're out there rooting for Ms.
So many
Jacobson,
Chris's.
This is going to be the round where you spin it, and you might get the category that you want the most. Each competitor is going to have 5 questions that they get to answer in a particular.
There's some names that you
wheel
don't name
slice of
people, like
Innergeekdom knowledge. Each question.
my
is
name.
2 points. There's no penalty for missing
John
the question.
Jacob, Jima
However,
Hunter
Stealing
Smith,
is available in round
Engelbert
number 2. So if
Humperdinck,
you're not sure the answer, you can ask us for
Doctor
multiple
Who.
choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct
What
answer.
is
At
Doctor
that
Who's
point, the value
first
of the
name
question
anyway?
goes down to
Is it just
1.
the?
And the way we determine
Guess
your
it's
first spinner
the
is
Doctor.
by the lead, and that would be Brandon Hanna. So
I don't know.
Brandon, that wheel up
Never
there
saw
as a
the
sponsored
episode where they
slice, that
revealed
sponsored
that.
slice is Harry Potter.
Oh,
Harry Potter,
thanks.
I'm gonna say
Thanks.
the name of the sponsoree. That's from the movie Trivia Schmoedown patron. By the way, check out the Patreon right now. Select which tier.
Thank you, patron.
One day
You
we'll
put a
see
wedge
you
on there that
a
I
full
don't
Trivia
want.
Schmoedown, like we will say it if somebody spins Harry Potter. So Brandon, you have the first spin, but you can also defer to Emily Rose if that's how you're feeling. What do you want to do?
I would like to spin first.
He's gonna spin
right.
it. This might
And
be the first competitor in history that's not going to leave any trace of fingerprints.
we would never know he's spun because of his weird
right.
gloves.
Look at that assassin. He looks like a little junior varsity John Wick. That's a nice spin. Confident, but not, you know.
It's a good spin. It didn't break the wheel.
Not overly macho. All right, here it comes. And opponent's choice lurking on there. And he is spun Middle Earth. He's keeping Middle Earth.
Great. The other category I wouldn't want.
I wonder if that's what he was aiming for the whole time.
That was a great spin.
It was a great spin.
For a very gloved man.
A very, not just a gloved man, a very gloved man.
Lord of the Rings questions. I guess these are Middle Earth, so this could be Lord of the Rings or the other 3 movies.
Or any Earth.
Really, any Earth.
We're the only Earth.
Brandon.
Are you sure?
5 questions. Your first one.
I saw Mira from Star Trek.
And it is.
Or Miri.
The son of King Theoden is killed by orcs before Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli arrive in Rohan. What is his name?
Theodred.
Give the man 2 points. Off to a hot start.
I would say Bob Saget, but that would have been just silly.
4 points. What is the answer to the first riddle Gollum asks Bilbo in The Unexpected Journey?
Vowels. No, that's the Riddler.
Just because I don't remember the order they were asked, I'm going to go multiple choice.
3, I can provide that. Is it A, time, B, teeth, C, wind, or D, eggs? 5, 4, 3, 2,
Eggs.
1. That is incorrect for a big 1-point steal. Does Emily have it?
Is it B, teeth?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Teeth?
It is not teeth either. Time, teeth, wind, eggs. It was wind.
Oh.
Wind was the answer.
That is so specific.
And a hush falls over the crowd as though the wind was
Batman.
No one knew that
As
answer.
one baker to another. How do you make a dishonest shortcake? A library.
What does Boromir consider the ring to be during the Council of Elrond?
A gift.
It is, and that's 2 points.
Wait, did you say a GIF?
For a nice gift to Brandon Hanna. 8-point lead over Emily Rose Jacobson currently. 2 more questions to go here.
Anything that sounds like GIF, gotta use.
What was the evil entity referred to that haunted the ruins of Dol Guldur in the Hobbit films?
The Necromancer.
2 more points.
The Necromancer? Is that like the Necromancy?
Seen these movies.
Oh, he's wearing those gloves because he didn't want to leave a trace.
Oh.
Like those rider guys, you know? You guys saw the movie.
The riders, they do the. It's fine.
With the horses. All right, Brandy, your last question in round number 2 for 2 more points. Name the Gondorian city that Denethor sends Faramir to retake from the orcs.
Osgiliath.
Yeah, 2 points.
Where?
Like
Is that Norway or something? Sweden? Finland?
Not even a single
Minnesota?
time he's got his. He's definitely afraid of us discovering his fingerprints on that water, but he is still doing a great job of answering these questions.
A stone-cold killer Brandon Hanna was in round number 2 for a 12-point lead, currently over Emily Rose Jacobson. But now it is your turn to have a spin at the wheel, from the wheel, not the pegs, if you please.
Does Brandon know that his DNA is still all over the lip of the rim? I don't think he does.
That's how we're going to get him.
That's how we're gonna get
Sipping
him.
that water. All right, round and round it goes, and she's going to have to find a category that she's a fan of here. You can't spin opponent's choice here. That's the one. No,
Oh,
it's
dear.
Close to that. Ooh,
Ooh,
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Does she keep it?
By the skin of her teeth. Does she want Star Trek? What's she thinking? She's going to keep
She's
Star
gonna
Trek.
take it. All right.
She's going to keep Star
She
Trek.
did the.
And
She
when
kind of
you
did the David Moore. I'm gonna
not only do I know a lot about
take
this,
it.
but
But
maybe
does my
opponent
opponent.
not know because they could steal it. So with that being said, Emily Rose, you're going to be fielding questions asked by Miss Radford at your ready.
All right. In Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, representatives from the Federation, the Klingon Empire, and what third
Oh,
species meet
the
in
Romulans.
mystery?
The Romulan. Or Romulans.
That is correct.
Yeah, not just one Romulan.
You got it.
There was more than one.
You got it. All right, a lot of Star Trek V questions. Let's see if we can get a different Star Trek.
Yeah, let's get some good Star
Well,
Trek
we're doing
questions.
Star Trek 4. You happy?
Yeah.
The,
Much.
the voyage home. What kind of animal pair is the crew tasked to
The
save?
humpback whales. That's a.
The humpback whales.
That's
a bit of a
correct. It is the
softball.
humpback
Yeah,
whales.
I mean,
We
it's-
would have just taken whales, but she decided that she was
That's a
gonna
bit of a
take the
softball
net.
question.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a
Get rid of your
one-pointer as
sperm
far
and
as
your
I'm
blue
concerned.
whales. We only care about humpbacks.
All right, next question. In Star Trek Insurrection, what is the name of the alien race that Data is observing before he malfunctions?
Multiple choice.
All right, is it A, Baku?
Baku.
Is it B, Evora? Is it C, Sona? Or is it D, Gorin?
A. Baku.
That is correct. It is
For
Baku.
1 point.
For 1 point.
And I think a point should go to Danielle Radford for that pronunciation. That was flawless.
Oh,
That
there's
was
the guide.
fantastic.
Like, they literally put it there for me.
The
so I could
phonetically
see it.
doesn't
like,
matter.
phonetic, they did it.
Why, thank
But
you,
but-
people.
But I'm also very good.
Thank you, Chris Gillespie.
I'm very good too.
Schmoedown writing staff.
This actress played James Kirk's mother in 2009. I'm going to do that again. This actress played James Kirk's. Why can't I say words?
Because you got so cocky with the pronunciation.
I did.
Because you're that good.
Never make me feel good. It is a problem.
Your breath is fantastic.
This actress played James Kirk's mother in 2009's Star Trek.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Alice Eve, B, Jennifer Morrison, C, Winona Ryder, or D,
B.
Rachel Nichols?
B.
That is correct.
Yay!
Awesome, for 1 point.
Maneuvering her way around Star Trek.
I haven't gotten a Star Trek question wrong. Very next question.
For Emily Rose Jacobson in the world of Star Trek.
All right. In Star Trek Beyond, what is the name of the crashed Starfleet ship
Beggars.
that Jayla uses
Gonna get it
to make
wrong.
her makeshift home?
I will definitely.
Multiple choice.
Thank you.
Is it A, the USS Maru, B, the USS Kelvin, C, the USS Vengeance, or D, the USS Franklin?
The Franklin.
B. The USS Kelvin.
Finally, this is a multiple choice question. So, Brandon, your options one more time. The USS Maru, the USS Kelvin, the USS Vengeance, or the USS Franklin?
It's the USS Franklin.
It is
That
the
is
USS
correct.
Franklin.
Yay! I got every single one of those Star Trek questions right. Yay! Should have signed me up for that Star Trek exhibition match. No, really not. Really don't. Never should have done that.
A lot of points can be earned, but none exchanged, because in round number 3 there is no stealing. There's no penalty for missing a question. It's just a test of your knowledge in 3 random categories. How do we get those categories? Each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 16. We need 3 numbers from each of you. Your first number is going to correspond to your 2-point question, and your next one will be a 3-point question, and the last one, should we make it that far, is going to be worth 5 big points. So, Brandon, you currently enjoy a 7-point advantage, so you get to give me your 3 lucky numbers from 1 to 16 first. What do you got?
4, 8, and 15.
Very
Not a
well.
2 in sight.
4, 8, and 15. He did not hesitate. Emily Rose Jacobson, what do you got?
14, 7, 3.
Not a 2 in sight. What a dang shame. Oh well,
I think
there's
it's
always
numbers.
next year.
Very
Or
good.
maybe next match.
Accurate numbers.
All right, Emily. I'll be asking you your series of questions. We're going to start with you. Need 7 points to make Brandon Hanna start to sweat. And you, for your 2-point question, selected number 14.
Mhm.
And that corresponds to a world you may be familiar with, Star Trek.
Yay!
It was going so well for 5 questions.
Well, let's do it for 2.
Let's do one more for 2 points. Your question is, in Star Trek Beyond,
Oh,
which crew member has a husband and daughter shown briefly at Starbase Yorktown?
Commander Sulu.
2 points
Yeah.
for
That's 2
Emily
points.
Rose.
Okay.
Well done.
She's climbing back.
Guess
again.
that makes
So now
sense.
She has a 3-point question. Even if she misses this question, she still has a shot to tie Brandon Hanna, force his hand, and avoid a TKO. So, Emily, you selected number 7 for your 3-point question, and that corresponds to the world of villains.
okay.
Villains. For 3 points, your question is, which actor appears as a villain in both the DCEU and the X-Men universe? Give you 20 seconds to answer.
Would you know this if you were not looking at the answer?
I literally forgot everything I've ever known about.
I've never known anything, it turns out.
5,
Hmm.
3,
JTE.
2. I can repeat
right.
the question. I thought he came in the studio.
Hey,
buddy.
bud!
Hey, Jatay!
Your question, Emily Rose, once again for 3 points. Which actor appears as a villain in the DCEU and X-Men universe?
I can't remember the actor's name, but is it the actor that plays General Zod?
I couldn't give you those points, even if it was correct. You were thinking Michael Shannon. We were looking for Danny Houston.
Got it.
Danny Houston.
They were in the same show. I get it.
Were they really?
I think they were.
And
Yeah,
Danny
they
Houston
were
was in
both
Wonder Woman. He was also in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Everybody loves that movie.
Oh, dear.
Now, Emily, all of a sudden we are faced with your 5-point question. Get this right, you're going to force Brandon Hanna to answer some questions correctly. If you miss it, Brandon Hanna will have a 2-0 record. So for your 5-point question, you selected number 3, and that corresponds to scores and soundtracks.
Oh, dear. The death nail.
Scores and soundtracks. And your question is, for 5 points, to force the hand of Brandon Hanna, what Queen song is playing during the superpower testing montage in SHAZAM?
It's Don't Stop Me Now.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are tied at 8.
Yay!
Don't stop me now, yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm having a
We are
ball.
champions.
Don't
Tie your
stop
marker
me
down.
now,
She
yeah,
knows
I'm
it was
having
Don't Stop
such a
Me Now,
good
and it is time to
time.
stop Emily Rose Jacobson, but
Give
Brandon
me a
Hanna has the
call.
opportunity
Don't
to do just
stop
that.
me
Let's tie
now.
this up. This is one of the most exciting third rounds that we've
This
seen
is-
in a while.
This is very good, and Brandon Hanna is now going to have to answer a question for 2 points. What's his category, Danielle?
All right, his category is the MCU.
All
Mm.
right, and for 2 points and the win.
Which actress plays Lady Sif in Thor?
Oh no, he's going to the clipboard.
I hate this. I don't usually judge competitors, but I
I
don't
believe he's
like
crossing a name.
a name out.
It's Jamie Alexander.
And your winner, Brandon the Hitman Hanna.
Oh,
He
ah,
He almost fell.
ah,
He's
ah.
not
Alexander,
working, still
right?
working.
He crossed Emily Rose's name off his hit list, but all hats off to both Brandon Hanna and Emily Rose Jacobson, 2 new stars in the world of the Innergeekdom. Danielle.
Emily Rose Jacobson cannot be discounted because of this performance. And also, Emily Rose, do yourself a favor and just like touch him on different parts of the suit that aren't covered in gloves, just so that we know that you were here.
It did feel like for a while there that Brandon was sipping water. He was watching Emily Rose. It was like she was giving her testimony, and then Brandon was the defendant, and then he had to step up to the plate. But he did enough to get the win here. You got to look at round number 2 because Brandon spun something that I didn't know he was going to keep with Middle Earth, and then Emily Rose comes right back. She's been Star Trek. So what I was really impressed with, Danielle, is that going into this match, we knew what Brandon and Emily's preferred strengths strengths were. They did not spin those in round number 2 necessarily, but they both had very good round number 2. So
Yeah,
they know a lot
that's
more
true.
than maybe even we knew.
Especially with Emily rolling Star Trek. That was amazing and not something I expected at all. Emily, again, cannot be discounted in the Inner Geekdom. She clearly knows what she's talking about.
She is currently 1-1, and we have an interview with Emily Rose Jacobson right now with our own Emma Fife. Emma, take it away.
What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? I am here with Emily Rose Jacobson. Emily, I have to say, way to hang in there today.
Thank you. I felt really good. I know my first match I won, but I wasn't answering all the questions I wanted to. So that was my real goal for today, was to really be a tough competitor at that table.
Yeah, I think that anybody that watched this match today can have absolutely no doubt that you belong in this Inner Geekdom League. I mean, against any other competitor, you could have very easily won that match. But Brandon, I mean, he came out swinging. Let's put it that way.
Oh my gosh, just watching him, I'm inspired by him actually. You know what? He put on a really good match, and man, I want to knock out questions like him someday.
Now, spinning Star Trek in round number 2. Star Trek is a category that people tend to spin away from in the Inner Geekdom.
Poor Jim Kirk.
Happy with Star Trek? Were you a little nervous going into it?
So weirdly enough, last night and this morning, I was like, you know what I'm going to focus on? I'm going to review a lot of Star Trek. We actually watched Beyond last night, which I'm a little disappointed I missed that one Beyond question. But yeah, I was just like, my gut was telling me, you know what? You worked on it this morning. Let's give it a shot.
And now I have to give you a little behind the scenes info here. I actually overheard you going through some scores and soundtrack stuff in the green room before the show. So when you got scores and soundtracks for your 5-pointer, I was like, she's going to get this.
Oh.
I know she is.
I was so
Thanks for the
happy.
inside information, Emma.
SHAZAM. We just watched that last week, and so I was like, great. Yep, remember that film. Queen, awesome. Don't stop me now.
Well, Emily, I think that you definitely lived up to your own personal goal today to answer more questions correctly than you did your first time around. You played an incredible match. So, sometimes you lose. That's the case. But, you're 1-1. So not a bad record to start things off with.
Agreed. For me, the Inner Geekdom is a marathon, not a sprint. So I'm coming for that belt someday, and I'm going to work my way to it, and it's going to be sweet, sweet victory.
Well, if your sort of trajectory of improvement continues to be the same as it is, I don't think there's any doubt that you could be a very strong belt contender one day. So, again, my condolences, Emily, and we will be right back with Brandon the Hitman Hanna.
That's right. Thanks so much, Emma. And Danielle just texted me that SHAZAM was so good.
It
was a really good movie. You enjoyed it thoroughly. SHAZAM! Well,
SHAZAM! Oh,
is
that a tease into the next match?
Like Emily said, she really put in the time with Star Trek very recently, rewatched SHAZAM recently, and so that knowledge clearly paid off for her at the desk here today.
I also appreciate that they are coming in and they are not letting themselves be psyched out or letting themselves not realize their full potential. They know that they are in it to win it, and they know that they are as good as any of the other competitors in the Inner Geekdom, and I appreciate that.
As the first coach for the Carolina Panthers, Dom Capers once said, there's no better feeling than being fully prepared, and Brandon Hanna was certainly that here today.
Yeah. What happened to that guy?
Emma, what does
You're fired.
We're not guilty.
We are back with Brandon, the Hitman Hanna. Brandon, I mean, this was a good game you played today.
Yeah, thank you. I think I performed pretty well. Missed a couple that I felt I should have had, but I'm going to be honest, Emily played a hell of a game. She's definitely been studying, and it shows. She has a bright future in this league.
Now, I have a question about the gloves. Are you afraid? Do you think there's germs in the studio?
That's what I said.
I mean, I get like the Hitman thing, but come on, man.
I'm a Hitman, and unlike O.J. Simpson, these gloves actually fit.
Fair. Fair criticism. So, Brandon, you got Middle Earth in round 2, and you didn't necessarily list that as one of your strengths, but I think that you proved that maybe you're somebody that doesn't really have any particular weaknesses in the Inner Geekdom League here.
Listen, I like to believe that I've been studying to a point where they're all my strengths. So, whatever I spin, I'm going to roll with it.
And continue to cross names off of your hit list there, though I will say that it's, you got a good start on it since you debuted in a match against a bunch of other people. And speaking of, you're now going to be taking on the winner of Chandru versus Jared Hebron. What are your feelings about that? Who would you like to see win?
Listen, when a name gets added to my hit lists, it gets crossed off. I already crossed Chandru's name off my list. I want a new challenge. Bring on Jared.
I see. So you're all Habon on this upcoming match then.
I mean, I'll win either way. But
okay. And then now you're 2-0. If you beat Chandru or Jared going forward, then you would be 3-0, which means that the belt is maybe not that far out of your grasp. Are you, I assume anyway, that is your goal here in the Innergeekdom League?
I mean, of course it's the end goal. I've been studying a lot, but I've got a lot more studying to do before I can get to that level. For now, the immediate goal is to go 3-0, and that's what I plan on doing.
You definitely don't get to be a Mike Kalinowski or a Rachel Cushing by just sleeping and living your life. So
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing your continued success here in the Innergeekdom League, Brandon, and congratulations.
Thank you, Emma.
Back to you, Danielle and Ellis.
Well, Emma, sleeping and living my life is all that I'm really known for.
Super into it.
Hats off to Brandon Hanna. What a win he had here today. He now goes to 2-0, and like Emma pointed out, he will be facing the winner of Chandru the Chosen versus Jared Too Smooth Haben. Danielle, do you have an early read on that match? Who is Brandon going to be facing?
I'm not sure who he's going to be facing, but I do think that if he wins, he will get the requisite sunglasses. I think you have to get the sunglasses once you beat the person in this match.
Yeah, well, once you get to 3-0, that's when your future gets a little too bright to put on the shades.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for joining us here today in a fantastic match. Emily Rose Jacobson, to be feared going forward in the league for sure, and Brandon Hanna, still perfect at a 2-0 record, facing the winner of the Chosen One versus
Yeah, we're the chosen one
Danielle
versus
Radford.
you were
Mark,
too
hey,
smooth.
make sure you join the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you. With that, we will say good night, good luck. Danielle, take us out.
Bye.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
You know, I've been thinking about this for quite some time. We keep throwing up the 5, but we're always one short lately. We need that 5th member in the Horsemen. If you've been throwing your name around to me, asking me to watch your matches, well, I did my homework. I like the way you carry yourself. I like the way you handle your business in the ring. We need some new blood in the Horsemen, and Bateman speaks highly of you. So, kid, I'm here to offer you a spot in the Horsemen. What do you say, Brandon?
You know, John, I've been waiting for you to ask me that for a long time.
Hello again.
The 5, baby, we back.
Yeah, so I guess they are legitimately 5 players now. I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, wait, Tom was already in there, weren't they already 5? Not necessarily, because if you go back to the days of yore, the classic 4 horsemen in wrestling, they always had a manager, J.J. Dillon. So technically the 4 horsemen even back then were 5 people. Hello, Mark. Hello, Ken. Ken would know what I'm talking about. He's the wrestling guy. You are looking live from Collider Studios in Burbank, California. Goodbye.
Looking to get to the next level, perhaps a championship contender team here in the Scream Queens.
Scream Queens.
Yeah.
Scream.
And then we got, like I said, this new team that's been. We've saw this weird kind of mentorship kind of thing happen, a master and apprentice, but with like some smiles and joy in it. It's been.
Though we don't know how to describe this thing.
When you go back to the free for all, because it took place in downtown Los Angeles. Quite a lot of great performances, none of which top William Bibbiani, who hung in there from.
And I got some of his fake cash.
And throwing an MVP performance, gallantly so in a loss ultimately to Dan.
And he's so cuddly.
It wasn't just William Bibbiani. Stealing part of the scene was the kid, Brandon Myers.
Who came in
He had a
number
great
4.
well, and he was really, that was his coming out party. He's competing.
Oh, I just saw me in the O stink cap.
He's got that plucky, aw-shucks smile. We cannot wait for him to go through puberty.
Yeah, it's really.
What?
Brendan Myers got a great professional resume. Comes here.
I thought you were about to say professional wrestling, Ken.
Name for himself, but yeah, you go back to that William the Beast performance at the free for all.
Unreal.
An MVP.
Yeah, it was good too.
Not unlike 1987 when Andre Dawson hit 49 home runs for the Cubs in the last place.
Well, gotta take her.
Beast
Beast did really good. Thanks, Tigger.
And then you got Brendan Myers, kind of like Mark Grace in 1988, the young whippersnapper coming in. And can they team up to get to the postseason like they did in 1989? Baseball. So, I think
But the long story short is the Cubs didn't win because the Cubs never won. Cub win, Cub win, Cub win, Cub win, and ice cold Budweiser. Gotta love the Harry Carey.
Be my partner. Of course, yeah, of course. Yeah. What's up, man? Not yet. We're good. Okay.
Okay. See ya.
I am ready to Schmoedown.
That's a great thing to be.
The Beast, baby! The Kid Meyer!
Yeah, listen, I had a long, storied career with my old partner, Whitney Seibold. Whitney, the beauty Seibold.
I think that's it. I'm going now.
You're betraying me! But you know what? That's his loss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss him. I mean, I see him every week when we podcast.
Yeah.
I miss him.
We went out there. We were a little rusty. It's been a while. Hopefully we'll shake that off next time.
For our first match, I can't think of better opponents than the Scream Queens. We bow down.
People that murdered Sam.
Don't predict this is going to be an easy match. I think they're highly ranked. And we're just starting out.
This may be the first time competing for SHAZAM as a team, but we all know what William Bibiani is capable of. And likewise, I mean, I was there for the free-for-all. I have seen what the kid can do.
Look at this kid. He's been in there since the first round.
I was so impressed at the kid's performance at the free-for-all. You were up there with the heavy hitters. You outlasted some of the people who are considered the best players in the game at your second
Yeah.
round. The kid is the best the kid I've ever seen.
Yeah, we played Bibbs before.
And he doesn't kid.
That he's strong there, but we're also pretty solid in that round.
Or he doesn't the kid.
So I think if it lands on anything horror, we're definitely gonna be able to show him up one.
The teams league is so deep this year, probably the deepest year ever. And you know, when you're going up against a team that's 2-1, I mean, you can't take any team for granted. But a team that's already won twice, come on. You know, we got a lot of people out there. You know, you look at corruption, different teams where you got like a dark master and a dark apprentice. But I think that we're a force for the light right here.
The league has too many jerks. We need to be a force of positivity and support. Let me tell you something. To quote the great movie Megaforce, the good guys always win, even in the 21st century.
If we can beat Bibbs and Brendan as a team, then we can do anything.
We're Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn, you know? Well, hopefully it turns out better for you than Qui-Gon.
You're my the Kid-a-wan.
Yeah.
SHAZAM is an unknown entity, and that kind of makes them a little more intimidating. We're not looking at them as unbeatable opponents. We're ready to, take it.
Pay attention, everybody, because SHAZAM is here, and like lightning, we're going to arrive on the and like a
strike. That's good. We're gonna strike.
Politely. Yeah. Polite lightning.
Yeah, they say lightning never strikes in the same place twice. Well, we're gonna strike many times here in the Schmoedown studio.
I like it. Do you want to lead us off with a growl?
Go growl. So they're like lightning. They're gonna win in a flash. They're gonna go on a streak.
I'm enjoying watching.
Then they're gonna bolt out of here. And they're going to.
But when you look at Scream Queens,
they're going to electrify.
Sort of focus that I have not seen.
They
already come in here with 2-1. They are the favorites here today. I think
that's all I got.
Excited about their opportunity to go through.
No,
here's the thing. I think they're.
I was impressed though. I came up with 3 of them.
And if they weren't so nice, they might be screaming to the rooftops of, "Look at us!" Because you're all focused on this new team that hasn't even competed before. But we're 2-1. We've been around here.
Oh, so they are 2-1. For some reason, I thought they had lost another match since the first throwdown. It's hard to believe it's been a while since they played.
I I think that they have that confidence that at the end of the day, we're going to be talking about their story. And in the meantime, they can let Shazam have all the hype, have all this super team-up hype, and then Scream Queens, they're just going to come in, answer a lot of questions correctly, and give Shazam the best test that they've ever seen in their young career. Well, Ken, we're going to do a tale of the tape now. I know nothing about – I know a lot about William Bibiani. I know a lot about the kid. I don't know anything about their combined strengths. Do you have anything for us?
Yeah, when I look at what the Scream Queens know, horror is definitely something that the name would imply, and there's
I
definitely.
I could have guessed that, Ken.
Yeah,
Give me another.
Are you
strength.
sure?
Do
Another
some
strength?
research on the show.
How about this? New releases, which are the movies that are out now that I don't see. They know all of those.
Unless it's a Star Wars film.
Shazam, the Beast. What can you say about his strengths? We know former title holder there, and the kid. They combine some of their strengths include directors and Oscars, and I'm assuming directors of Oscar pictures too.
Maybe that might help, because then you knock out 2 birds with 1 stone.
Scream Queens know something about that. We're ready to get this match going here today. Ken, are you ready to play?
I am absolutely ready to play.
Well, you're just announcing, unfortunately. It's time.
Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Yay!
All right, Ken. Well, I said you're
Introducing first.
Because nobody does it better than you. I hope Christian isn't watching.
No, that's not true. Introducing first. Making their debut in the teams division. Consisting of former movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, William the Beast Bibiani, and Brendan the Kid Meyer.
Shazam! Shazam!
Shazam!
Oh dear!
Thanks to the magic of the legendary hard rock band AC/DC, Shazam
And
is now in
they're
the building.
they got red and blue, but they look like Shazam, but they might be the Power Rangers. A lightning streak in red and blue. I think they're the Power Rangers. They should be called the Power Rangers now. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. I actually didn't watch Power Rangers growing up, which is kind of surprising, some people would think, because they were the exact time that I grew up. Oh, wait, they stole Perry's costume.
I've been wondering. We've had 6 seasons of this, and still the fire has ravaged parts of the studio.
It's not fire. It's nuclear radiation. I don't think a sprinkler is going to save you there. It's not fire. Somebody needs to do their research.
Now that the teams are settled and properly doused and no longer aflame,
Godzilla is a nuclear monster. It's not fire.
While you will be competing on behalf of your team, it's an individual exercise. 8 questions are asked to the field from 8 different corners of the movie Trivia Schmoedown Galaxy. Each question's worth a point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing.
Human Torch uses fire.
And once we ask you the question, you have about 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer.
Godzilla is a little bit different. It's called atomic breath. Atomic. Like atomic bomb. Radiation. Nuclear power.
I'll remind each team that you have 3 usages of the JTE rule.
If I want to get a sunburn, I will not ask Godzilla for help. I'll be in a lot worse shape than just a sunburn.
We can do that if you need to hear the question again. You need to buy yourself 15 more seconds. We're happy to do that up to 3 times.
I think I would end up as a puddle of pugh.
Throughout the duration of the 3-round match. So, Scream Queens, you all are the favorites here today. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
You can see
there.
Given your attire. He's no longer
It's like a Roka blindfold.
And Shazam, it's your first time competing as a team. Are you gentlemen ready to go?
You ready, the kid?
I am ready, Mr. Beast.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Yay!
Administering your first question.
I'll be even more dangerous this time. I'll answer the question sideways.
The author of Why We Love Star Wars. Available wherever you buy books now. Mr. Ken Napzok.
All right, question 1 comes in the category of action/adventure. Action-adventure. Who played the lead in the 1995 action thriller Sudden Death? 1995, I had hair down to my belt when I had hair.
Were you DJ?
I
Radio
was,
DJ?
and a miscreant college student.
I won't say the name of
It's almost a good thing that I had this sideways, because this is a lot of words. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Looking for answers starting with Kaylin.
Bruce Willis?
That is incorrect. That is incorrect.
Mr. Willis?
Kurt Russell?
Incorrect. We're 0 for 2.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
We got a point on the board. Scream Queens.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, although really it was Powers Booth's movie,
Knew somebody was going to throw the Powers Booth card.
All right. Much respect to Curly Bill Brocious.
Luke
himself.
Robitaille, great in that movie as well. It is tied at 1 as we move on to your next question in round number 1. This comes from the category of 80s movies. 80s movies. And
Questions released in the 1880s.
CU actor plays the jerk Ian in the film Weird Science. So, yeah, anyway, if you want to know more about Ken's radio exploits, you can listen to the afternoon podcast.
Oh, yeah, with Josh and Ken.
Who's the other guy?
Not sure, actually.
4,
Comes around
3,
now and then.
2,
Mark Ruffalo?
1. Pens down. Brendan, pens out.
Robert Downey Jr.?
Bob Downey Jr.
Oh, the obvious answer.
Does Haley have it?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes, she
right.
does.
That would be Mr. Downey Jr.
Yes. And does Kaylin have it?
Robert Downey Jr., I was in a hurry.
I mean, our.
Let me see it.
Unfortunately, I can't give you the point. You got to write down the full name. I hate doing it, but
challenge it if you want.
that is the rule.
Can I challenge it?
You can challenge it. You lose a challenge if you don't get it.
I almost
The
did the same
commissioner
thing
is
for
suggesting you
Being
do.
advised against challenging, so.
Yeah, it's not good.
I mean, you are a very ornery lizard, so I'm not trying to upset you, but we can't award the point. So we move on with Shazam now.
Oh, dear.
3-2 lead as we move into our next category, Ken.
All right. Question 3 comes in the category of dramas. In what film directed by Denis Villeneuve do Hugh Jackman and Terrence Howard portray neighbors whose daughters are kidnapped? Did I say that name right?
Really wanted to give Kaylin that point. But you can't.
That's tough.
As soon as we start accepting initials, this whole place
I'll
gets
tell
set
you
on
what,
fire. Like what just happened.
5,
That is why we're
4,
here.
3, 2,
I'm not sure.
1.
I'm sure I've heard of this film.
Answer starting with Haley.
Prisoners?
That is correct.
Yes, and I have.
Prisoners.
We got a lead.
Does Kaylin have it?
Prisoners?
We got it.
Prisoners.
And
We
the
got
Kaylin
it.
has
5-4 lead.
All right.
Good job,
everybody
everybody.
gets one.
Well, except me. I'm here. Thanks. Hi. Hi.
So William and Haley still throwing perfect games as we get into your 4th question from the world of animated movies.
Oh, yay.
Movies
I might get one.
on a computer. Your question: what is the name of the character who provides advice through the line, "Just keep swimming, just keep swimming"? Which I would say is
What?
good advice, particularly
What?
if you find yourself
What
in a
is?
aquatic setting.
What is Dory's mom's name?
Kept saying.
5,
This is high school.
3,
High school is a weird
2,
year.
1. As we mercifully cut off that story,
Yeah.
William Bibiani.
After searching my brain, I think I was finally able to find Dory.
Oh,
I see what you did there.
Wait a minute.
Does Kaylin have Dory as well?
Dory.
She does.
Dory.
The kid
Dory.
also has Dory and Haley.
Dory.
All
That-
right, we got a
It's
7-6
Dory's
lead.
mom. They revealed that in Finding Dory.
All right,
Challenge. That's a
question
challenge.
category
That's
of
not the
fantasy,
correct answer.
Fantasy, sci-fi.
Arr.
What's the name of Orlando Bloom's character in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, trilogy, franchise, saga?
You big on them Pirates movies? Pirates movies in general.
I'll tell you what I'm big on. Taking a nap.
Finding Dory revealed that it was not Dory that came up with the Just Keep Swimming line. It was Dory's mom. And it's Will Turner.
Pens down looking for answers starting with Kaylin.
William?
We can accept William.
I'll accept William.
Turner?
We will accept Will Turner.
I said Will?
Will's
Yep.
good.
Will Turner.
Will
That's
Turner.
And,
right.
William.
Yes, it does look like Will Toomer.
Everybody
but
gets a
it's
point on the board as William and Haley still perfect
there.
rounds.
Will Turner.
Four is left. Your next one is
I did not put Will Toomer.
What
I missed the joke.
Name the 2014 Seth Rogen comedy that had a sequel titled Sorority Rising. Need the title of the original.
2014, already 5 years ago.
Yes, it was.
That's,
Ken.
that's
You and I
great.
aging
5,
rapidly.
4, 3,
Death's doorstep.
2,
you and I.
Not even sure.
1. Pens down. Looking for answers starting with the kid.
Neighbors.
That's
No,
correct.
no.
Neighbors.
That's correct.
Neighbors, and he's a stoner, so I drew a joint.
That's a good joint.
That's a good joint. Does
Kaylin?
K1 have it?
I do not.
She did not. She did not. All right. Open up an 11-9.
Don't worry, I did not have it here.
Right here with William. Question 7. Question 7 comes in the category of horror/thriller. Horror/thriller. Jack Torrance and his family become the unwitting recipients of ghostly terror at what hotel in The Shining?
Did you notice when the kid wrote the answer to Neighbors, he spelled it all Canadian-like?
You mean correctly?
He threw a U in there.
He's tragically hip indeed. 5, 4,
Watch it.
3, 2.
I don't know.
1. Looking for answers. Pens are down, starting with Haley.
The Overlook Hotel.
That's correct. Absolutely.
The Overlook.
That's right.
Does K1 have it?
Overlook Hotel.
Yes, she does.
All right.
Overlook.
And the kid.
All right. Look at this.
I only know of Bates, and I knew that wasn't it, so wasn't gonna bother.
Looks like we might have 2 perfect rounds being thrown
Could have
here.
2 perfect rounds. Shout out to the great landscaper, Scatman Carruthers. Your
Oh,
last
you said landscaper. I thought you were gonna say me.
Oscar movies. Oscar movies.
Oscar
And your
movies.
question is, what film released in 1999? Won Best Picture.
It says comic book movies, but that's not what it is. And I think I should know this. 99.
Like what film?
Oh, I thought you were
won
talking
the
about
Razzie?
raspberries. I thought I would like a raspberry
band?
phosphate right now. 5, 4.
I believe it's American Beauty.
2.
Hope I'm not a year off.
Pens down. Pens
Hope
up.
that's not 98.
Starting with the Beast.
American Beauty.
That is.
Oh yay! Yay!
Thank you.
I'll cheer for you.
American Beauty.
That is correct. Keep and pace. The kid.
American Beauty.
Oh, look at 58.
Get it written down in time.
Oh no!
Oh,
So
look
only the
at
perfect
that.
round goes to William Bibbiani.
I'm impressed with that, even though it's Dory's mom.
Picking up right where he left off. In the,
Shame, shame.
William, this question is just for you. This is your bonus question. And
Because it's, I guess we're gonna go like everything else. We're just gonna pretend Finding Dory didn't exist.
Who plays Buzz Aldrin? Scoffing at the name of a great American.
The greatest American hero. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Looking for Corey Stoll.
Corey Stoll.
That guy.
Good old star of Law and Order Los Angeles.
Look at that, though. What a round. What a round for both teams, Mark.
Yeah, William
Both teams.
Bibbiani and Haley may be the headline getters. Is Haley almost getting a perfect round number 1? William achieving that, although he missed the bonus question. But let's not forget about Kaylin and the kid. Some early stumbles there, but then they really came to play as well. So we have ourselves a match here, Ken.
15-12 is a very high-scoring first round.
And now
Yeah.
we move on into
Friday.
number 2.
Paul Preston playing again. What's going on here? Everybody's gonna think Paul Preston. They just he never leaves the building.
Sponsored by one of our loyal Schmoedown patrons. That would be Justin Roby. Give him a hand.
Oh, Justin Roby.
Sponsored the entire darn wheel. Justin sponsored slices for today's match.
Right.
Our Denzel Washington movies and Charlize Theron movies, or Theron, depending on what part of the world you're from. Thank you.
Theron.
If you want to,
I'm different from everybody because I'm me.
Which tier is right for you? On to the rules. Each team's going to get a spin at the wheel. Once you settle on a category,
Yes, on to the rules. They're really great rules. Just try to get all the questions right.
There's no penalty for missing a question. However,
Then you will get a great victory. Who would believe? Believe it or not, it's not me. Because I wouldn't win.
Queens find themselves trailing Shazam by 3 points. So Shazam, you may select whether you want to spin the wheel now or defer to your lizard counterparts.
Well, we have talked it over, and out of respect, we will defer to our wonderful opponents.
Here comes
Look at that. Look
Godzilla.
at that.
And
Deferring to the monsters.
He's going to spin. Look at, this is
very method from Haley Fouch.
This is a very different William the Beast Bibbiani. He is playing a little different there. Haley gets her spot where she wants to spin. It's like a mini putt. We're accepting that spin. The spin is
It's Godzilla. He's got little arms.
Godzilla very tired after fighting.
Directors, do you want to take that or spin again? They're taking it.
Taking
They're
directors,
taking
Ken.
it.
Godzilla likes
Absolutely taking it.
directors.
All right, all right.
Unless it's
Director,
Roland Emmerich.
director.
All right, ladies.
Does
10
not
consult
like
the way
Roland
to screen
Emmerich.
Questions in the world of directors. Like I said, 6. You may consult with each other on each and every question.
All right, here we go. First one. Category directors. Who directed the Russell Crowe starring martial arts movie, The Man with the Iron Fists?
This is when I should call Paul Yama or Jeff Snyder or anyone else that knows directors.
That's correct, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sorry, we were looking for RZA. RZA.
All right, next question coming down the pipeline here. What was the directorial debut of Guy Ritchie?
That's a little vague.
Was it Aladdin?
All right, A, Snatch, B, Layer Cake, C, Rock and Rolla, D, Lock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels.
D. It's a big title.
That is correct. Lock,
Yay!
Stock, Smoking Barrels.
We're tied, Ken.
We are tied up 15, halfway there. Who directed 2018's Won't You Be My Neighbor?
Multiple choice, please.
A, Amy Berg. B, Morgan Neville. C, Joe Berlinger. D, Morgan Spurlock.
C.
They're debating. We're going to need an answer here shortly in 5, 4, 3, 2.
B.
Morgan Neville, that is correct.
That's right.
Wow.
I knew it was either B or C, because those were the two names that sounded familiar.
What do you think there?
Maybe. All right. 4th question. You have 6. Who directed A Quiet Place?
John Krasinski.
That's correct for 2 points. 2 points there. All right, 5th question. This is a category of directors. So, who directed the 2008 comedy Pineapple Express? A, David Gordon Green. B, Michel Gondry. C, Peter Segal. D, Martin McDonough.
David Gordon Green.
That is correct for a point. That is correct for a point.
Should have waited 2 more milliseconds.
19 to 15. Scream Queens now have the lead over Shazam with one more question. Shazam has yet to compete in round 1.
Absolutely. All right, final question. Final question, Scream Queens. David O. Russell received his first Best Director Oscar nomination for which film?
No apostrophe needed.
One of the great Irish auteurs we have.
David O.
Multiple choice, please.
A, American Hustle. B, Three Kings. C, Silver Linings Playbook. D, The Fighter.
The Fighter?
That's correct for a point. That's correct for a point.
They did very well.
15.
Yeah, they checked the multiple choice, but it worked out for them. Shazam, no opportunities to steal, so now they're going to have to spin from, obviously, the wheel, not the pegs.
Absolutely. Here we go.
And the kid puts his...
They're only booing because he didn't do the mannequin like Bibbs would obviously would have done.
Yeah, very gentle spins here.
And we're looking at maybe the 2000s.
2000s
In the year 2000.
Talking it over
like at a
Albert Gore Jr.
Paste advertising here.
These
like
two should get a suite at the
meeting.
Hyatt at this conference.
Oh, they're going to take it.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Taking the decade,
Yep,
Ken.
baby, you got it.
A lot of movies were released in the 2000s.
You know,
In the year 2000s.
All right, gentlemen. 6 questions. Movie could have come out in 2000, could have come out in 2010.
No.
Or maybe 2009.
Yeah, 2009.
That was an early test.
Okay.
No points, no points.
Your first question in the world of 2000 to 2009.
Don't trick the players.
As Will Smith's gossip columnist love interest in 2005's Hitch.
We're starting out with an all-time classic.
Ha, really?
Ava Mendes.
2 points.
That's correct, 2 points. Shazam.
And they pulled it within 3 with their next question. In the 2006 comedy Click, Adam Sandler finds a remote capable of controlling time and space.
Bed Bath & Beyond.
Retail store.
Bed Bath & Beyond, specifically the Beyond section.
I was going to say,
right.
Give you 5 extra points. You tell me which section.
I should have waited.
A movie based off every hack joke in 2004.
Yeah.
Comedy critic Ken Knapsack rears his ugly head yet again. Your next question.
But sometimes well deserved.
The Scream Queens by 1. What Academy Award-winning actress played Cherry in 2006's Beer Fest?
Deep cut into Beer Fest. Look, 5, 4.
Monique.
2
Wow.
points. 2 points.
Really?
Look at that.
I'll give you a golf clap for that one, because that came out of nowhere.
Having a good round here. You have taken the lead over the Scream Queens. You have 3 questions remaining. Your next one. In The Hurt Locker, who plays Jeremy Renner's ex-wife, Connie? Fun fact, Connie is the name of every ex-wife.
Evangeline Lilly?
That is correct for 2 points.
Evangeline.
All right, so now it's 23-20. And we still have 2 questions left for...
I'm glad they know him, because I sure don't.
Your next question, penultimate one in this category. In Land of the Lost.
Oh, dear.
What Cher song do Will Ferrell and Danny McBride sing together while touching the vibrating crystal?
Do you believe in love after love after love after love?
I can provide that. Wow.
Oh, dear.
Options are, is it A, Believe?
Believe.
Turn Back Time. C, Strong Enough. Or D, All or Nothing?
We're going to go with A.
Do you believe
In love after love after love after love.
That's a point.
All right, there we go.
Be awkward if we all sang it and it wasn't correct.
Everyone's going to a hoedown later.
Man, if I could harmonize, I would have jumped in there.
You know, Ken, usually it's my job.
I would have jumped in, but I didn't have a clue what he was singing. So he was singing Hoedown. I was like, what is this? Whose line is it anyway? Next door to Drew Carey.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson plays a gay bodyguard by the name of Elliot Wilhelm in which 2005 crime comedy?
Get Smart?
Be Cool.
2 points.
Oh.
Starring the great lead singer
Forgot about that one.
26 to 20. Ken, Scream Queens.
Wonder what year Get Smart came out.
Gauntlet here with their correct
Looking
answer.
at it right now.
And then
I can't read it from here. Oh, well.
Back, earning the exclamation point in that movie's title.
In their defense, they're the ones doing the roaring, Mark. We growl over here.
That is a fair point.
Growl, growl.
I stand corrected.
Thank you. Sit corrected.
We're not going to reshoot it because the audience deserves to know that even Baby Carrots occasionally does something wrong.
Oh, come on. JTH always shows his mistakes. Because if I edited out all my mistakes, you would have a 10-minute video.
We need a series of numbers from each team. These numbers can range from 0.
Come on now.
These numbers can range from 1.
JTH can't hide any of his mistakes. It's not even possible.
Your first question's worth 2 points. Your next one's worth 3 points. Your last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 points. Because this is a team match, once we tell the team what the category for the 2-pointer is, the team must decide which member is going to answer that solo. You may not consult with your teammate for the 2-point question, and then the other teammate will answer the 3-point question solo. You may only confer on the 5-point question. So with all that in mind, we go to the Growly SHAZAM team, and you would like which 3 numbers?
1, 9, and 4.
1, 9, and 4.
Interesting.
Those are all currently in stock.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and now we go
Price
to the
to go.
Scream Queens.
8.
Pick one. Go wide. 13.
13.
17.
13, 17. Numbers are in. Numbers are in.
All right, I will be administering.
Not as catchy as the spin is in, but we'll take it, Ken.
Administering the questions to the Scream Queens. So, Ken, they find themselves in a little bit of a hole here, but one that is very diggable, outable.
Yeah.
Diggable, outable.
Right in round number 3.
Diggable. I think that was a song on Sesame Street. Diggable, outable. No? All right.
No.
You're thinking of the incredible edible A.
That's what I was thinking of.
The incredible edible A.
Number 8 for your 2-point question.
I was thinking of C is for cookie.
It's going to be Cameron Diaz.
That
will be taking
person.
That question.
The end.
Haley is going to be taking this question. 2 points, 2 points. Cameron Diaz was nominated for a Golden Globe in this 2001 Cameron Crowe film.
Cameron on Cameron action.
She's doing her Cameron Crowe timeline right now.
Get them to within
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I do not have that.
And looking for Vanilla Sky. Vanilla
Guy.
Sky.
Tom
Tough one.
Cruise, Kurt Russell.
All right. Still in play, though. They have to get this next question.
They're going to have to hit
They're
this
going to have to get this to avoid the TKO.
They selected the number of your favorite quarterback of all time, number 13.
That's right, Dan Marino. The
Dan Marino.
to win a tie
Laces
here.
out.
13,
Dan.
that is 90s movies. 90s.
I was alive for all of those years.
3-point question. The Leslie Nielsen film Wrongfully Accused is a spoof of what 90s film? Five, 4, 3,
Can I have some more
2.
time?
Yeah.
Repeat the
JT,
question.
you-
Does it repeat the question?
Repeat the question.
The Leslie, the Leslie Nielsen film Wrongfully Accused is a spoof of what 90s film? They do have two.
The Fugitive?
rules left.
Should they want to buy themselves?
Yeah, absolutely. Looking for an answer to keep them alive in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Can you repeat the question?
Second one, the Leslie Nielsen film.
I'm gonna say The
Wrongfully
Fugitive.
Accused
I'm
is a spoof
not really
of
sure
what
though.
90s film. We have one remaining here, but it's coming down. You got to see if you
got to use everything.
got to use everything on the table here. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Pelican Brief.
And your winners by TKO, William the Beast Viviani, Brendan the Kid Meyer, Shazam! We're
And
looking for the Fugitive.
Yay! That was a total guess, but it made sense.
Defeat. Two Godzilla shaking hands with two lightning bolt kind of people, and the pyrotechnics that we got in the intros, Ken.
Yeah.
Only foreshadowed.
Oh, we got a ticker. Beep, beep, beep. How the hell did JTH get that right?
Deny that, but they played very well.
Thanks, and I don't know.
Almost throwing a perfect game.
Right.
In round number 1, but it was William the Beast Viviani throwing a perfect game, and Brendan Meyer right there next to him having a very good round 1 and 2. They did not get pushed to the limit in round number 3, but I have a feeling Scream Queen's going to be back for sure. They're now 2-2. Shazam. That's a strong 1-0 start.
Strong 1-0 start on pace for scoring over 30 points. They just didn't get that chance. But hey, Scream Queens, I still say 2-2. They're still contenders in this league. They know a lot of stuff. 20 points ain't bad.
They didn't get that Shazams.
We got comments from both teams now.
What's up, guys? Jen Sturger here with Shazam. Guys, that was a fantastic time watching you guys play with each other. I mean, how are you feeling after your first win together?
I feel energized, and it's not just because we came here on a lightning bolt. Yeah, that took a lot of coordination. That was difficult.
I got a good lightning guy.
We had to, thank God. This guy, he's in movies and stuff. He's got all the cool connects. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Feeling pretty good.
So, what was it like playing with Bibbs? I know that you guys kind of, you've been hitting it off lately. It's really nice to see this chemistry that you guys are building. I felt like I was seeing a different Bibiani out there, a little, I don't know, pep in your step per se.
Well, look, I played with another player for a long time, and then I had another player at Free for All, and they always had a very particular energy. With Nost, it was a little antagonistic. With Whitney, he's basically that one guy from Die Hard, so it's actually kind of intense. And I have been wanting to chillax here at the Schmoedown for a long time, and it's really great to be on that page and to just have a good time playing the game, not worry about these nonsense intimidation tactics, and just try to make the Schmoedown a more positive place. What do you think, Brennan?
I absolutely agree. I mean, I'm all about
destroying people with the power of kindness.
People who sort of play the mind games, and I mean, I just know for me personally, I can't play that way. Like, I feel like if my mind's distracted trying to psych the opponent out or whatever, I'm not going to play my best match. And playing with Bibbs today was everything I thought it would be. He was a calming presence for me. He obviously knew almost every question we got asked. So, I mean, it was amazing.
It was a real treat to have someone who would stand with me, literally and figuratively. So this has been one of my favorite matches we've ever done.
Now we've seen you, dominate in singles, and obviously we know that you're a force in teams. Brendan, is it cool to have someone like Bibbs there by your side as you're learning your ropes here?
Well, he's just cool,
it's amazing.
period.
I mean, there is a way. I mean, I didn't come into the Schmoedown with any sense of massive confidence, like I got this at all. But there is a way bigger learning curve to it than I could have ever imagined. And so to be able to kind of be on a team with someone who knows it as well as Bibbs does is it's awesome. I mean, I'm so lucky to be able to kind of have this opportunity to grow.
So now at 1 win, 0 losses, you obviously are looking to get into the tournament. How are you feeling about that?
I feel kind of tournamenty.
Like a tournament.
I got a tournament, deep in my soul. And I really want to get in a tournament with this fine gentleman here. I want to, at Free For All, Brendan and I plowed our way through pretty much everyone here. And I think we did it with a spring in our step. So I'd like to do that once again, this time tournament style. So this will be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see who we're gonna play.
Yeah, no, I'm excited.
Me neither. And just keep this up. I'm loving this new Bibiani.
Oh, you're sweet. Actually, no, you're salty. I am. But otherwise, that's that's still great. Yeah. And we think you're great. Thank you.
You're caramel sea salty. Then you're sweet and salty.
Despite the loss, I think that is the best I've seen you play together as a team. So I feel like, if anything, I hope you're taking that away from this.
I think we're in the same headspace, honestly. That felt, it doesn't feel good to lose, but that felt good to play. And I felt strong. I think you felt strong. I think that it was the match where we learned the most of we strategically messed up right there. We didn't use a JTE rule when we should have. Things like that. So it's I feel like it's a big step.
I was just going to ask, is the strategy becoming a little more apparent to you guys as the more you play it? Because you can practice all you want, you can use cue cards, and you can do all of those things at home, but there's something about implementing the things that you're learning in the rules of the game that it's not just about the trivia,
Yeah, I feel like as time goes on and we're getting more of a feel for the game, we're becoming better as a team. We've grown chemistry-wise, and now it's just a matter of really getting the rules under control and learning when to use what and how that can be advantageous.
I mean, we both had one where me, American Beauty, her, Robert Downey Jr., where we're like, if we had just remembered to use the JTE rule, we would have got those points. Yeah. So that's where the strategy is really starting to come through.
Absolutely. And both times that you've lost, they've been to former champions. Yeah. So let's be clear. It's not like you guys are tanking to just nobodies.
Right.
Do you feel like the level of competitors that you guys are facing is really making you guys up your game?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. I mean, Bibbs is definitely he's kind of like the litmus test for how good we are or not. And I feel like we're doing all right. We're getting better.
We stood up tall.
Yeah. We roared.
We roared.
Mightily.
It wasn't a growl. It was just a light roar.
Yeah.
So you guys are 2-2 now, which obviously is going to get you a place in the tournament. It's going to be a lower seed, but you're still in. Yeah. How does that feel?
Great.
Is that something you're interested in?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, hey, Bibbs.
May we come in for a second? We just wanted to, as a token of our appreciation for being our first competitors and for just being really awesome people, I was going to bake you cookies, but then I remembered I don't know how to do that. So we got these at Ralph's. However, for fun, if you don't want the cookies, if you're not feeling cookie-ish, you could also pick what's in the mystery box. So it's up to you.
So let's make a deal. Where's Wayne Brady when you need him?
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. We're just, trying to make it funsies.
We're going to go with the mystery box.
Okay, Brandon.
Oh, let's hope you don't get zonked.
Mystery box, please.
Yes. Oh, mystery box, por favor.
Doing.
It is a 12-inch action figure of Jonah Hex, and
I mean, we all want that.
It's signed by Josh Brolin.
Oh my God.
Fine.
You're welcome. So enjoy that.
Jonah Hex himself, please.
There you go. Enjoy. We hope you have
Autographed by Josh Brolin in his 28th most memorable
ladies,
role.
You get to split a Jonah Hex figurine.
We'll be kind parents and share custody, generously. Yes. Yeah, and I feel this is now a good luck.
I'd have taken cookies.
Going into the tournament.
The cookies.
This is gonna take us through. Yeah.
Let's hope.
This is going to be this is as bad as things can get in any situation as the film Jonah Hex. So we're protected. We can't do this
You're
badly.
protected by the gods.
Yeah, exactly.
In the words of Indiana Jones, it's you chose wisely.
Yes, thank you.
Back to you guys.
And you see that right now. I mean, Shazam just high off a victory, but they're ready to take on all comers. They think that they could have a team belt in their near future, as do Scream Queens. I mean, Scream Queens, you start out 2-2. They're learning their way around playing the game. I think that they complement each other very well, as we saw in round number 2. Round number 3 just got a tough slate of questions, but hats off to both teams. Not only was it a well-played match, but it was a very entertaining one for all you kids at home.
Absolutely. Let's see what the future holds for Shazam. A new lease on life for William the Beast Bibiani, the kid with a mentor. Take him to the next level. Scream Queens 2-2. Like I said, do not count them out. They know their stuff. They'll be around to compete.
And like we mentioned at the top of round 2, make sure you check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon right now. Select which tier is right for you should you want to help support the show. We love having all you fans each and every month that we have our Patreon up and running.
Absolutely.
Schmoedown Live tickets at the Schmoedown.
That's not correct.
Check us out.
Put that title down. Himalaya, Himalaya.
For Ken Knapsack, I am Mark Ellis. I am Baby Carrots. What's your nickname?
I'm still a pit boss.
He's the guy that wrote Why We Love Star Wars, and we'll see you guys real soon on another episode of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
All right, let's run everybody off because there's a lot of people. Thank you, Mark and Ken and Mark Gann. That rhymes with Ken, and Danielle and the Scream Queens, and Mr. Outlaw John Roca, and Ben Fakeman, and Brandon Hanna. I'll use both different nicknames because I don't want to say Ben and Ben same time, or Brandon and Brandon same time. And the Kid, and the Beast, and Emily, and Emma, and Jen. I think that covered everybody. Hot dang! Called police and the fireman. So to run both these matches off, I guess pretty much what a lot of people expected to happen did. Shazam comes out on top against the Scream Queens. Very impressive showing. It makes a lot of sense why they wanted to become a team. They are very knowledgeable and they are very, very, very good. So unfortunately, the Scream Queens do get dealt their second loss. For some reason, I thought they had already had 2 losses, so my apologies to that. I need to watch more Schmoedown, I guess, because how did I forget that? Then the Innergeekdom match. Brandon Hanna picking up right where he left off in that 4-way. Very impressive. Emily Jacobson, very, very impressed. She definitely improved immensely, vastly from her first outing. So nothing to hang our head about with that one. So we got the word that apparently it's either going to be Chandru or Jared Habon that will play Hanna next. So that's going to be interesting. Chandru probably I would consider the favorite going into that right now, but Jared, it's obviously been a long while since Jared Habon has played. I believe it's got to go all the way back to the Innergeekdom tournament last year. So it's been a good while since Mr. Habon has played a match. So now we go to tomorrow. We're continuing Movie Guys Month as Paul Preston is playing yet again. Who's making the schedules here? This time it's going to be David Del Rio, as Paul Preston will get another opportunity to qualify for the singles Ultimate Schmoedown. It's kind of like, I guess, well, no, because Kevin Smith wasn't actually a #1 contender match when he beat Adam Hlavik. I was informed that later on, even though the video said otherwise, but in actuality, it actually was not. But yeah, so Paul Preston was not able to qualify in his previous match, so he'll get another chance to qualify in this match. So it's like they must really want Paul Preston in this Ultimate Schmoedown. So we'll see if he'll punch his ticket on his third try or his second try or however many tries he'll get. So that's going to do it for this edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Always watch their content first. It is the right thing to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe to their content and to mine as well if you so choose to do. Follow me on Twitter at WWEJTH1. I post all my reactions to that channel. And follow all the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown content. Facebook page, Twitter page at the Schmoedown. the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown website, triviasd.com. Now, become a patron if you can. As they alluded to, it goes a long way. So until tomorrow, I will see you then. This is JTH for JTH Reacts. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I bid you adieu-adieu.